Hi, my name is Erica Graham, and I am in section 81, and this is my presentation number 2, when altruism meets economics, the ethical um, cost of egg donation in a free market system. This is based on the article Eggs Are a Hot Commodity, a Bioethical Perspective on Egg Donation by Sophia Bouzid. This article by Sophia offers a very insightful case of ethical complexities in the fertility industry. Um, Egg donation has targeted young, healthy, college-age women since the 1990s. That's typically the prime age for those who are the best donors. Unfortunately, the lawsuits along the way have helped to change the practice a little, but it increases in that there are more families seeking donors to complete their families. Um, and it's really important as a society that we make sure that enough is being done to fully inform these ladies on the potential risks and everything that might happen when these donations take place. Um, it is pretty financially um, motivated. The clinics do kind of push and sell that monetary unit, and that's how they get these young ladies to come in, although they are not giving them enough information. And it's already hard enough for them to kind of navigate through life, being college students on their own for the first time, many of them. There are huge health risks that need to be explained, and they just need to do a better job of making sure they thoroughly explain that. Case summary and stakeholders analysis. The commercialization of the egg donation in the United States, like I said, its targeted segment is that college-age women. Um, and there's often a high compensation for their donations. The stakeholders here that benefit from are going to be the egg donors. They obviously are going to get the money that's promised to them. The fertility drug companies, same financial gain. Fertility clinics, the prospective parents, they get a child that they've longed for. And the policymakers and bioethicists, um, they are responsible for regulating all of this and keeping the donors safe. They are also stakeholders in this. Um, the ones who are harmed potentially are going to be the egg donors and insurance companies when things don't go so well. The literature review, there's a few articles that kind of back all of this information up that I found, but there is a physical strain involved in this whole process. There's a lot of injections that take place, hormone therapies. The egg retrieval process itself is physically demanding, which could be a lot on a college student. But the benefits that they see and that they hear of during the screening process is kind of waived by the amount of money that they're going to get in exchange. Um, there's a huge economic coercion, and that is based on often the type of donor that the prospective parents are looking for. Could be that they're athletic, or their skin color, or their features, their eyes, their hair. It could be anything. And if you're smart and you have that, the money just goes up and up. So if you match perfectly with someone, and you could get a lot of money for this. So this is really kind of driving the donations instead of just the act itself. There's a lot of health risk, and there isn't enough data to kind of back all of the information up that's being given. The companies often say that they're a very low risk, when indeed there's research that says by surveys done to these donors, there's at least 68% that have issues with the ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. Um, and the hormone treatments are just really hard on their bodies. So that's a pretty high percent of the after the fact information coming in. There are three main ethical lenses that this is going to be kind of divided through. It's the health and well-being, being that blue one with the ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, the economic and asset considerations. This is an emotionally based process, and just managing the resources and whatnot. This Priority is often given to that financial gain when it should not be given such high priority for the money part. Everything needs to be taken into account, and the socio-political considerations um, are that there's US regulations are less strict in um, in this country, and in other countries like Spain, they're very, very strict. We just need to do a better part on regulating those in regards to justice, exploitation, and the need for policy reform. Recommendations and conclusions is definitely just like action. Um, Policy changes need to be made, setting compensation limits, improving the consent standards, going through a full workup like they would be donating a liver or that something like that, just more extensive, and setting a general model that minimizes financial coercion. It should be more about the act, and yes, it is necessary for some financial compensation for these donors, but looking for healthy donors in that age range that are not necessarily as vulnerable is a big deal and should be changed. And the fertility clinics really do have that duty to maintain that ethical standard and protect those vulnerable donors. It is still happening today. It happened, my daughter found a advertisement for it at her school in Southern California. So this was a really important paper for me to write. And that's the end of my presentation. So thank you.